Rez, have you ever pictured yourself living on a farm?
A farm? No, why?
I don't know, I just picture it. Big open pastures, far from the sounds of traffic, no crappy office jobs, and oh, Rez, imagine all our little animals grazing around. Oh, it'd just be so perfect.
Or, we could just play Stardew Valley.
Hey guys, I'm Dee.
And I'm Reza. We're in a long distance relationship, and this is our review of the cooperative experience of Stardew Valley. Welcome to Stardew Valley, a lovely little up-and-coming area full of wonder and opportunity. Here's Pelican Town, featuring a small but lively community full of lovable and eccentric characters. It's here where you can meet new people and work on developing relationships too. Maybe you can even get married if you know what I mean. Schmoochy, schmoochy.
To the west of town is the forest, where you can lose yourself in the breathtaking landscapes and environments. The nature provides you with trees to chop and gather, as well as random vegetation on the ground to pick and eat.
Just down south is the beach, where you can spend hours catching the wonderful plethora of fish. Hours and hours and hours.
Babe, are you coming to bed?
Okay, babe, look, just one more fish and then I'm done, I swear.
To the north is the mines, where you can dig to your heart's content for valuable gems and minerals. But be careful, the locals say there are dangerous monsters deep below. And to the west is your farm, where you and up to 3 additional players grow and produce a mixed variety of high-quality crops and animal products. Despite Stardew Valley originally being a single-player game, with the multiplayer being introduced in a later update, the game works amazingly well as a multiplayer experience. The greatest thing about Stardew Valley is that...
Babe, I got this. The best thing about Stardew Valley is fishing. Fishing, in my opinion, is the best addition to any game since RuneScape. Simply put, it's just relaxing, tossing your line into the deep blue ocean, standing next to your fellow fishermen, and just waiting. And then, when you finally get a bite, it's time to prepare for the battle of your life. As the fish tries to escape, you pull and ease the reel to keep that little fish in the green bar. But when you do, boom, it darts up, and you desperately try to follow it and predict its next movement. As your character fights with all their strength, you do all you can to make that bar on the right turn green. And when you finally do, you do one last pull on the exhausted fish and present it to the sky as if to say, God, this is for you.
Okay, well anyway, the greatest thing about Stardew Valley is how well the game makes it feel like a real farm. Or, well, at least how I fantasize a farm to be like. But seriously guys, it's just so relaxing. I never thought pressing Y on the controller over and over again to water the crops could be so fun. Best of all, when the crops finally grow and it's time to harvest, I get an instant hit of dopamine whenever I see that fat paycheck. Then, when you wake up the next morning, it's time to do it all over again. To spice things up, the game changes seasons every 28 days, which means you get to grow a whole new variety of crops. Well, except for winter. Everything dies in winter. But when it's not winter, Rez and I are out there in the fields doing what we do best, hoeing for the boys.
But there's a lot more to farming than just crops. You can also adopt and raise animals such as chickens and cows. Here, let me show you around. This is Big Mac and his girlfriend Whopper. A bit further down, we've also got our chickens KFC and Nando's. And we've also just adopted a goat who we've lovingly named Cheese. Another great thing about Stardew Valley is that it's a game about creating your own goals and working together to achieve them. There is a story, which it does create some quests for you to complete, but outside of that, the game is an open world just waiting to be explored.
What? Ah, babe, I'm stuck!
What do you mean?
I'm stuck in the saloon, and this time I have video footage to... Oh, wait, there you go, never mind.
One of the core elements that forces players to have to create their own goals and work together is the in-game economy. Like the real world, without money, you ain't going nowhere.
Where's my money, bitch? Oh, that's good.
However, the game does a great job at giving you options as to how you want to make that money. The main way to make an income is by selling items. These items can be anything from your farm's harvests or the minerals you mine. So to best utilize our time each day, we decided to delegate. For example, Dee is the main farmer, so while she's planting and harvesting the crops for the day, I'll see if I can make any extra money at the mines. The game also gives you the option to either split or share money, which means players can decide if they want to work together or just do their own thing individually.
And with the money you end up gathering, you can then reinvest that into more seeds, better tools, or just treat yourself and spend it on designing your home. We can put a lamp here, put up some wallpapers there, and we can even... Oops, sorry.
The other way that Stardew Valley facilitates teamwork is by the map choices. When you first boot up a new world, you get the option of picking between 6 different maps. Each map encourages a different style of gameplay, and it's up to you and your fellow farmers to decide how you want to play the game.
For example, the standard map has the most tillable land available, whereas the Riverlands, also the map that we picked, has less land for farming, but easier access to water for fishing. There's also the Four Corners map, which is a best of all worlds kind of map. It's intended for multiplayer, so you can all have an equal plot of the farm to yourself. But either way, every map supports multiplayer, so it's up to you and your team to figure out how to best utilize the resources offered by each map to your advantage.
Or you could just spend your time flirting with Shane.
Can I date Shane?
I think you can, because I was gonna kiss Jody, remember?
What we especially love about this game as a long distance couple is how long it can be played for. It's a game that has the potential to be played for years. Because the game makes the players choose their own goals, it also makes the players choose when or if they want to end. You end up falling into a routine with this game. Harvest in the morning, shop in the afternoon, chat with the locals in the evening, and rinse and repeat. Despite this repetitiveness, the game manages to keep it refreshing with new quests, new areas to explore, and also with the connections you end up creating with the villagers. The game even has occasional events like egg hunts and spring dances, which give the player even more reason to interact with the world.
I'm gonna go dance with Leah.
I asked Shane.
Oh, I got rejected. What about Abigail? Abigail said no as well. I can't dance with you. It said Deandra can't handle your request right now. No one wants to dance with me. What the? I guess I won't dance with anyone. Where am I? I'm not. Look, I'm in the corner. I'm in the corner. Look at me. This is so sad. Oh, this reminds me of high school all over again.
In addition to the customizable farm and the ability to play with other people, it's a game that ends up feeling like a second home. Not only to people like Rez and I, but also to anyone currently in lockdown. It's a game that creates a space where you can work together, or simply just hang out and be in each other's presence, regardless of any distances.
Here, I'm offering you a dandelion. Daffodil.
Thanks, babe.
However, despite how much we praise the game, it does come with a few downsides. First, there's no local co-op, so if you're looking to play this game on a single console with multiple people, forget about it. Secondly, the days feel a bit too quick. One day from 6 AM to 2 AM only lasts for 14 minutes and 20 seconds. This is especially a problem for people playing together since there's no option to pause. This means every second is crucial, and it's often a struggle to make it into bed before your character passes out from exhaustion.
Oh, I didn't make it.
You're right next to the bed.
Also, we've been encountering a lot of lag whilst using the online communication function. Although we're not too sure if this is an issue specific to the Nintendo Switch, which is what we play on, or with the game itself. It doesn't make it unplayable, but it just gets a bit frustrating sometimes, especially when Rez is trying to get some footage for the video. Lastly, the game doesn't really tell you what to do. This isn't necessarily a bad thing, but if you're a gamer who prefers to be told exactly where to go and what to do, this game's probably not for you. But in all honesty, we really had to dig deep to find these faults. Overall, Stardew Valley is just a really good game. It's even more amazing when you realize that everything in the game was made by one guy, including the in-game music. Shout out to you, Concerned Ape, you rock!
Speaking of rocks, it's time for our final ratings.
How is rocks related to ratings?
Babe, shut up, I couldn't think of another segue. But anyway, if it wasn't clear enough, I really love this game. I think Stardew Valley has something for everyone. Whether you're into designing, farming, combat, mining, or just chilling out with NPCs. The game manages to make most aspects of the game profitable, so you don't lose out by doing what you enjoy. Adding the fact that Dee and I can do every single activity together, this makes the game perfect for us as an LDR couple. But on the downside, the lag spikes can get kind of annoying, especially when you're in the mines and you risk dying due to a 5-second lag spike. Luckily, it's just more of a nuisance than anything else. And so, with that, I'm gonna give the game a 9.5 sea cucumbers out of 10. What'd you think, Dee?
I love this game for all the same reasons as Reza. The lag can get annoying, but otherwise, this game has scratched my itch for a good country life simulation. I've always fantasized the idea of having a farm, and this game managed to make me care after my crops in the same loving way that I would my real plants at home. So I'm giving it a 9 out of 10 daffodils.
And there we have it, folks. That is our long distance review of Stardew Valley. We really think this is a game at least worth trying out. So if you're looking for a new online co-op game to pick up for you and whoever you're playing with, this is definitely one to look into.
So how'd we go with our first review? Let us know in the comments below. We'd love to hear them. Also, comment any games you'd like us to review. We're always looking for more games to keep our relationship intact. Like and subscribe if you like our content, and we'll catch you next time.